Abel, Kijami, Hinamori. These guys have actually got a decent number of wins under their belt, right? So 21? What does Abel even have? I've played a couple games. I'm going second here. These are not great numbers. That was a 9. And still a 0 for Hinamori. Okay, so things that I like include burrowing, fertile if there's plenty of excess food, which there probably will be, and foraging, so I like these as traits. So I've just put in this 5. Having the fertile around, probably handy. I think if Kijami does go... Okay, we've already lost one! If Kijami does go for some species, I'll probably put the burrowing up. If he just like sticks at 2 or something, I'm probably happy staying at 1. I like burrowing, but this is probably... so, you know, that's pretty typical of a little carnivore, so I'm just going to let it go. Again, wasn't actually scary, but... there's my excessive caution. Cool, so I am going to have this fertile running, so definitely want to get some of this in. I'll put up the burrowing on the left species. I should put up a burrowing fat tissue, shouldn't I? I can do like a burrowing and fat tissue here. We can like use the... I don't want to use the foraging to make this, but I think it makes the most sense. So first turn eat with this, next turns eat with that. Maybe I just don't even put that up, there's so much food. I only need like 3 of it, 4 of it. I put in 5. This... I don't think I need to show that I have a foraging yet, and if I like draw a long neck corporation or something, I can put it here. Maybe, we'll see, like something. I don't know. I wish this could have 2 body size right now. But I think this is all I can do. Other than put the foraging here. As already mentioned, a pretty reasonable idea. This is also the case that if somebody makes enough Whoa! Yep, that's a pretty decent move, given the lack of aggressiveness here. So 12, I think that's enough for everyone. So I definitely have to go into next turn looking at whether it's worth me turning something into a carnivore, trying to make a new carnivore, where I use this foraging. This definitely helps. We all know how I feel about intelligence and cooperation together, so that gives me some good options. Put this in. Bit sad that I don't really have enough cards to do everything that I want to do. That is worrying in the extreme. And I'd love to get an intelligence and a co-op out here attached to this symbiosis or something, or like get like a symbiosis warning call that I can put the intelligence out to the left of. But this is bollocks, and I've got to deal with it somehow. And it means I can't make more species to catch up with Kijami, and I have to hope that... Okay, this is 3 population, which is enough for this, so that's a good start. I have to hope that... Yeah, okay, he can attack one of these, so he can attack something here. This is good. Not this, because he didn't quite reach the 6 body size, but he can eat this. Once he's eaten this, he can eat this, so but unfortunately this fills him up to 4 full, so that's a bit sad. So you're gonna eat but he can eat all of this and all of this if he wants to. I kind of hope he wants to. I need this to be burrowed next turn. I don't care if I'm going to miss out on one from this because of it. It had to be done. Yeah, I think his best move, I don't know if you'll see it, he might eat this first and not realise that he can extinct this, but the best move, definitely, eat this twice and then eat this once. Just get rid of the long neck corporation, because it's long neck corporation, nobody wants that shit in the game. It feeds this, everything's going to feed this. Kind of annoying. Cool, I get this, that's good for me. Did I miscount? Oh, I miscounted. That one was there. Oh, wow. In that case, ignore everything I said. Perfect execution. It was fine. That's another foraging. So keeping this alive. Still my big problem. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Like alive as in food alive? Rather than, like, not being attacked by this alive. It'd be great to be able to, like, use this foraging somewhere. I don't really see it happening. Gotta eat with this. Just so it doesn't get killed. Which means maybe I end up just losing one population on this anyway. Depending on how this rolls, I might really want this foraging to put up on this species. Hopefully next turn. So this time I've got the burrowing. Next turn I'm eating before him. So maybe I get to pull off something interesting here. This might be an ambush, and he might be willing to attack into my horns. I don't really think so, but climbing is a marginally sensible trait for it to be. Definitely considering this. I mean, it can't be climbing ambush, so that's perfectly safe. And if I were him, I'd probably eat something with body size 2 and horns. I could just be pack hunting so we can eat this. That's a good deal. Like I said, I'd like to have the foraging for over here. You know, maybe there's heaps of food and I get it anyway. But I think I'll stick with this. Big reveal. Whoa, that was unexpected. Okay, that's an intelligence, which means it can eat me, but it can also eat, oh, this guy that's got this completely undefended thing. This can also just eat this to get rid of the competition. So, yeah, interesting choices that everyone has to make here. Okay, This guy eats 2, so 1, 2, 3. This guy's gonna get the excess, I suppose. If I lose this, I lose this. That's a bit bullshit. But I really think he should take one of these while he can. Okay, this changes everything. I can take 1. He can take 2. That's 3. This guy can only take 1. That means I can actually get all of mine. I am going to push this now because I definitely have to. And if he feels like extincting this for his card, I mean, I guess he can. Or this, you know, but if he... okay, that's good for me. I guess doing this kind of gave them some assurances, but actually this guy just ate with his other species, so this is kind of good. This thing can eat this once, and it should. Why wouldn't it? Thank you, AI. Well, those are warning calls. They really are warning calls. See how many cards this guy saves, because I can now get some serious extra defenses going. Looks like I can put this up, I can put that up. And then, like, as if somehow there's enough food for this. Yeah, see, it becomes unburrowed if I do this and just becomes a target for the first turn. Like, it's still ambushed. Now, maybe he actually does, when I replace this, go climbing ambush and kill the shit out of this species. He can do that. He really can. Now, part of how much I do here depends on how unsafe I feel it is. In this instance, I do not feel it's very unsafe, and I'm going to put this here. Having this on 2 population and defended by 2 defenses means that unless he goes for intelligence and a shitload of cards with fat tissue, a clean fat tissue, he can't extinct this. Good sort of a start. Intelligence can extinct this. I don't mind too much. So hoping for 1 eat. If I don't eat with this, I don't eat with this. I'll deal with it next turn. And 1 intelligence is really the plan here. I don't have enough population to do intelligence twice. And I've got the perfect thing for 1 and then 1 card. Would this have actually been better at 3 and 3? It's a question I have perhaps not asked myself enough. So 1 eat would still get 3, and then 1 intelligence would allow me to get the other 3. Just kind of the same ratios as we're dealing with here. Yeah. Interesting. Never thought about that. 3 and 3 might be better than 2 and 4 for this setup at low populations. Good job with the not defended AI, but at least it's sort of defended-ish. Nice work at the cooperating scavenger there. He's just gonna deny that. That's amazing. I shouldn't need another intelligence. Maybe I need another warning call. This is where a long neck draw to just stick here and just shove it to everyone would be perfect. Yep. Yep, that's sure can pick him. I'd love to be able to get the corporation like driving through, but it's not gonna happen. Ooh, scavenger. Tempting. But he's already shown that he's definitely willing to starve people because he understands how this game works. So we're going to put this here, gives it a tiny bit of defense. I've got 2 cards if I go this far. That's pretty good. Eat once, intelligence twice. It's a good plan. This just keeps this alive until he intelligences his way through it with an intelligent ambush carnivore. And once he does that, he then has to put a climbing up to deal with this, or he has to keep intelligencing. It's fine. This is good. This is just, you know, icing, gravy, whatever you want. This is the AI being a fucking dumbass. Like, maybe that's interesting. A lucky fucking dumbass, and that is a warning call. But still pretty dumb. 10, I guess he survives this round just fine. So I'm going to grab some of this. This guy's going to grab, yeah, plenty. And this is where that 3 and 3 comes in. I've always thought I was doing this right with 2 and 4, but I guess the only... If you think there's going to be a lot of food and there's a reasonable chance you'll get to eat twice without using the intelligence at all, 2 and 4 is a good deal. Otherwise, apparently really not. Okay, so I did put in that 0. This guy eats pretty fast, this guy eats pretty fast. I am eating last. I am going to save 3 cards just to use intelligence 3 times. To use intelligence 3 times, I do need to have 5 population. This will fill fully to 6 from using intelligence 3 times. If I don't use it all the times, I get to deny some food. It's fine. I just waste a card. No big deal. This being a pack hunting is clever. It means he can turn it back into a carnivore with either climbing or pack hunting, or both, and just start eating things. But because he's got the long neck cooperation, probably not the best plan. If this is a foraging, I'd go to 4. But if it's a foraging, I'd put it on this species. Just personal preference, really. This shouldn't be a foraging if he's doing that. If it's a foraging, I think he's really got his numbers mixed up a bit. I've already got this set. Nothing was going to change my mind. Extra long neck. I guess. Maybe like 1 up here would have made more sense for population, so you've got 2, 2, and 2 to fill up, rather than trying to make it 3, 2, and 0. Because you get points for population, so even though this has the fat tissue to receive the food, you get more points if you had a population here rather than a starving one down there. In this case, there's 3 starving population with 1 food and a fat tissue that could have been in a population, so he could have got it's 1 more point. Yeah, that's a pretty small optimization. I completely trashed that round, and I win this game. Did I spell guarantee incorrectly? I'm not sure. I mean, so yeah, in the end, pretty close, but really strong final round versus some slightly weaker final rounds. Definitely kept me ahead there.